Hey, Doc.
Afternoon.
How are
Hey,
you?
Queenie. Fine. How are you?
Where are you? What's going on with that beach behind you? That looks like
I'm in
a fantastic pool.
I'm in Florida.
You are in Florida.
See
You,
how pasty white I am?
yeah, the pasty white part's probably going to go away. I have a feeling about that.
I hope so. And hopefully with not a lot of sunburn to go with it.
There you go. Now, I have a question because I wanted to start our high noon opportunity off with the question. Uh,
Okay.
had an opportunity to launch your spectacular kitchengardenexpert.com new business addition to your umbrella last week. What's been happening in your world since that time?
What has been happening? Well, I'm trying to get this centered. Wait, let me move. Wrong way. Here we
Yeah.
go. I really have problems, obviously, with direction. It's and everybody knows that. I actually have been working on what we call spotlight gardens, which has been fun. Um, People that would like to try the kitchen garden concept. I've been building gardens and helping people. We're not ready to plant totally yet here. I mean, other than lettuce and kale and the cold weather crops, but been working on that, and that's been a biggie because a lot of it is all front end, getting supplies and getting equipment, and I've got my little. Actually, I was building a box today, so a few boxes today.
We never know what you're going to pull out of there, Doc. I'm just telling you.
Well, here's the three most important things in my business right now is
Okay.
this
Tape measure.
measuring. Okay.
Got
And I
it.
love this thing because it doesn't, flip back on me and I don't poke my eye out. This,
That looks like a drill. Even I know.
love it.
Okay.
And this,
And what is that?
that is my Bluetooth speaker.
So while you're working, you have music going, I have a feeling.
I have music. And can you guess what kind of music Doc has on while she's working?
Shudder to think.
Well, I could give you a hint.
Okay.
Granola or graham cracker or whatever you want to call me. Granola, I think it is.
I don't know that term, but I'm sure it's lovely. And so you play music while you're working and you've got all your drills. Let's hear it. Can you turn it on now?
Well, I don't have my Bluetooth on, but it is, I do play, huh?
They'll probably shut us off anyway. So that's
Probably.
okay.
Yeah. But I usually play 70s. I'm kind of stuck in the 70s, even though I'm only 29.
Hey, whatever works for you. That's fantastic. So you've actually been doing some Spotlight Gardens since last week when we launched your business on Doc and Queenie. And just from the page, as far as the postings that you've been doing, it sounds like the entire community is supporting you like cray cray. This is awesome. I mean, this.
Yes.
Awesome.
And thank you to everybody. I mean, there's a big buzz, so I've been getting consultations, which is, I go out for an hour and we design gardens and get things ready.
Oh,
Yeah, so
wow.
busy. I as soon as I started, it was like just off and running to get it going. So, because it is springtime, and this is actually the perfect time between now and April 1st. If anybody's interested in a consult, this is now the time to book it because I'm starting to fill up. So,
yeah. And I can imagine that too. That's the timing. I mean, seriously, as much as I have been waiting patiently, kind of, March 1st, it's here. I mean, now it's already gone and it's like, OMG, I can't believe it. And then when you said about the planting this and doing this now, I really seriously cannot believe how fast time is flying.
Oh, it's spring is, let's see, what do we have? Is today the 3rd? I'm like, my days are still off. We have 17 days until spring.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be nice if spring just flip a switch on the 20th and,
yes.
It's 70 degrees for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I love that. And one of the things I have said forever, and it hasn't happened yet, so I guess God says no, Catherine. As soon as March 1st hits, I want every day to last twice as long. And then when October 1st hits, I want every day to be about 3/4 as long. And he has not done that yet. So I guess my system is not a good fit.
We're getting there. I would say I was just looking at I'm looking at the I was trying to bring up when the sun rises here. Well, the sun rises right now at 6:50 and it's setting at 6:15. So we're
Yes.
getting there.
Yes.
Remember when it was like 4:30 and dark and we're all depressed?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're getting better.
Yes. And I'm actually very serious about that, because I have been noticing, I've got a bunch of timers in my house as far as lighting, and I set those differently, of course, according to the timing outside, and I've been moving them back, and it's like, oh, hallelujah. And it's awesome for me because we do have about 12 hours of daylight now, and it just rocks my world.
Well, and one big sign for me, when I wake up in the morning at 6:30, 7 o'clock, the birds are coming back.
Yes.
So I'm starting to hear, because I've got a tree right outside my window, and they're out there just chattering away. So yeah, they're back, which is great. I always look for the quote unquote first robin. Actually, sometimes the robins don't leave, but yeah, I saw the first robin about 3 or 4 weeks ago, but now they're starting to more and more are coming back and more interaction. So
Oh my
and
gosh, for a backyard like yours, I wouldn't want to leave either.
so
Honestly, that is magnificent. And you have mentioned on some of the interviews I've heard you on recently, your garden is ginormous in your own household. How big is your garden?
my garden's about 500 square feet.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
And actually I'm getting to revamp it. I'm going to, and my husband Jim was asking me the other day, are we going to revamp the whole thing and make it into a kitchen garden layout? And I said, yes, we are. But
Uh-oh, he had
Yeah.
the writing on that wall.
and I said, we'll just do it gradually, because yeah, it actually is time. It's time for our garden, because I've had the garden boxes that we currently have for over 10 years. And kitchen garden boxes last between 10 and 15. And these
Wow, now that's
these are pretty
awesome.
I
I did not know that.
Yeah.
10
So
to 15 years these last?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, they're cedar. So, a lot of people go, oh, it's so expensive, but you're paying for that longevity, and it's the best that you can do, other than building something out of stone or concrete, and that just really doesn't look, I mean, depending on where it's at, I should say, out in the yard where I've got mine, the wood is a better fit. But yeah, we're going to be eventually doing that. Right now, I'm working along the side of the house. I've built some gardens, and I've totally forgot to get my background, but
Yeah,
building.
that is honestly so exciting. And I really do love that for you. I also happen to know that since you said that you are in Florida when this actual show right now airs,
Yes.
you are getting to visit, I think, with Dave and Larry's mama. Is that correct?
Yes, I am. Our mascot mama. We actually were talking on the phone today, making our plans.
Yeah.
And we both actually are avid fisher women, so we will be doing that. And we were just talking about if we want to zip line or hang glide, and we're just going to set those two activities off to the side. But I think what we're going to be doing is doing the airboat thing through the Everglades, and then also we've always wanted to try to do a kayaking. So and actually we were laughing about that. She was searching for specifically a place that'll pick you up at the end and drive you back to where you started from, so we don't have to, if it wears us out, we don't have to paddle back. Is basically.
I think that's called planning ahead.
Yeah. So, but we've got a whole bunch of stuff that we're getting ready. Like there's a strawberry festival. We're going to go to the beach. And there's some friends that we're trying to talk into going on the Everglade airboat thing.
Ooh.
So we'll see. We always, she lives down there now, but when we've always traveled together. We always put in a lot of fun stuff to do, and this time around is no different. So it's going to be a blast. It always is, and it'll be good to see you.
And to be able to have a mini vacay before you start in, as far as continuing all your building and the things that you're doing, this is also perfect timing. Your life, my friend, is one big perfect time, it sounds like.
Well, it's go, go, go. And now that the weather's warmer, you know how I am, Queenie.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And that is so exciting, honestly. And I know that we've got several Doc and Queenie guest live scheduled for when you get back.
Yes, we do.
I noticed your background that Lisa Fredrickson made for us, actually. And that is another piece of Doc and Queenie that we love, not only launching everyone's new business and sharing everything that we do online. And we so appreciate the watch parties. We've even got a bingo party coming up when you get back. Did you know what date that is, Doc?
I do know what date that is, Queenie. It is March 23rd, which is a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday. And what
So
time would that be?
that is always because we love the word seven.
Yes,
Or, I'm
we
sorry,
do.
number seven.
Yes.
It is at 7 p.m.
Yes, and that's Central Time, and we are always looking for sponsors. One of the things that we advocate here for the Doc and Queenie family is honestly an opportunity for you to share your business. Doc gets to share hers. I absolutely love mine, and we certainly want to spotlight each of your businesses too. So for your bingo party, it's literally a matter of sponsoring a game. We do your intro for you, and then you tell everyone that's on the Zoom call with us about your business, certainly, and then what your prize is for that particular game, and then you connect with the winner. So it really has worked out great. Oh my goodness, tell us what is behind your head.
I finally found the picture. I was searching as you were
Oh
talking.
my gosh, what is behind your head?
Those are the boxes that I was working on today. Those are made out of cedar. And
Oh, wow.
they're about 2 feet high, so you don't really have to bend much, which is great. I mean, that's another great thing I love about it. They're 2 feet tall, and as you know, Queenie, I love to build stuff, so this was right up my alley. Yeah, so this was today's project. We're not done yet. We still have to put supports into it, and then I'm working on doing little videos to show people. But once I get everything set, then one of my favorite parts is we've got a greenhouse out here where we live. I get to go shopping for plants, so which I love.
Yes, I bet you do. I bet you do. And that's another thing I was actually going to ask, since I don't know if you know this about me, but I don't have a garden yet.
Yes.
Do you plant plants or do you plant seeds?
It depends on what it is, and the timing of everything. So this is an intensive garden, means we plant everything. I use a square foot method, but it's intensive planting, lots of plants in a small space. And as one plant finishes, then either seeds, if that is a better fit, or plants go in next. But like cucumbers and beans, those are easy to pop the seeds in, and as they're sprouting, you can still be harvesting lettuce and kale and that kind of stuff. So it's just timing and just the design of the garden. It depends on what people want. So
Wow.
yeah.
Now, I stalk you, as you know, and when I see you on other interviews and different platforms that you've been on recently, announcing, the new piece of your business, you mentioned trellises. Now, you build the trellis also, and what are the trellises actually for?
The trellises are for vining plants, if people
Okay.
so choose. You can have pull beans, which they'll climb up. And it actually, the trellises they work for best if you have two gardens. We do arching trellises, or if you have a garden against like the house, we'll do like a panel trellis, and you can do beans or cucumbers or vining things like that. I've tried, I'm always experimenting. I've even tried cantaloupe. That's always an interesting.
Wow.
Watermelon, unless you got to get a small little watermelon, you got to get little minis. That'll work. Cantaloupe will work. Yeah, so it's whatever vines. I use my Chinese red beans, as I call them. They're yard long beans, so they're 3 feet long.
Wow.
Those are incredible as far as vining. They're almost like a weed. They're so prolific, and that's perfect for the trellis. You just keep winding it around, and it looks neat. It looks neat.
I was going to say that those are the pictures I can't wait to see. Your wood pieces behind you are lovely, Dr. Laura, but
Yeah, we need some plants.
what I would love to see is the vegetation and the cool things that you're going to grow in everybody's gardens. I love this idea so much.
So Queenie, you've been doing a lot of networking and doing a lot of we're always talking about, you've been all over the world lately, especially this week, last week, which
Yeah.
I crack up when we occasionally talk. It's like, where are you going today? And I want to say yesterday, were you in Arizona? And Monday, I think you were in Australia. I don't.
Yes, and I'm actually going to be in Texas this afternoon, this
Cool.
Wednesday, actually, when we're recording this, just to let you guys know, so you're not severely confused on what day it is that Dr. Laura's actually in
I'm
Florida.
confused.
I know, but I started with a new group a new organization that I absolutely love, and it's called happyneighborhoodproject.com. And so I started going to a few of them. I saw them on LinkedIn. Some of my friends are in some of the groups. And I thought, this is the coolest thing I have ever seen. It's very strict as far as the format. It is literally about 56 minutes. So if you are going to the next one at the top of the hour, you've got about 4 minutes to go get more.
No, I know that's water, right?
Okay, water. Yes. Yes, it's water with coffee in it. And so that gives you about 4 minutes before your next event starts. And Happy
Sorry.
Neighborhood Project is spectacular. And there are actually locations all over the world. I've been to Germany, the UK. You mentioned Australia. I was in Montreal actually yesterday. And you can go to as many as you want. And guess what, Doc?
What?
All of these events are free.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
That
And
is really cool.
they launched a ladies group last week in Texas, and I was on that, and there were 49 ladies there from all over the world, literally. And
Cool.
we're actually starting a chapter here.
Yay.
I connected with the CHO, which is Chief Happiness Officer. And so we get to start the Midwest Ladies event, and that's going to be on March 18th is our launch date.
Awesome.
Everyone is invited, absolutely. And to have everyone from the Doc and Queenie community networking for free at 11 o'clock on Thursdays for 56 minutes would be the most amazing thing in the world. And I want to share one thing.
Okay.
Learned, as you know, a lot about social media, technology, all of that stuff. And behind my head, if those of you are watching and if you're driving, please do it later. But now my QR code from my LinkedIn account is behind my head. Well, I started thinking, when you're in Happy Neighborhood Project, they obviously encourage us to connect with everyone. That's the point. I just met you at HMP and I wanted to connect with you, and it doesn't matter what part of the world you're from. I just want to know more about you. Let's set up a one-on-one. Well, then you go into the chat and save it. And obviously the links are live, so you click on it. But that's a lot of steps for me. And I'm kind of a let's get to the point girl. So I thought, hang on a second. Why don't I put my QR code on my background for my green screen for my Zoom call, because all these are Zoom calls, and see if someone has a QR reader that they can zap it from literally on my screen. I had 3 people yesterday just from the call go, let me see if that works. Click, bam, it does.
It does.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It is amazing. And so these are some of the things I've learned. They obviously can see my 3 books, obviously my water business. I send everyone to my YouTube channel because that's been so fun to get to know people. But this QR code thing connected all of us on LinkedIn already. It was so much fun.
Well, and we were talking about that the other day when I was setting up the monetary part of the garden, kitchen garden expert. They also will do a QR code for payment. Like it does the whole.
Wow.
You don't have to go through, pages and pages. And I'm actually just, I'm on the learning curve. Let's put it that way. But
yeah, right.
and it's through PayPal, which, it's all you do is, like you said, like people found you. This is they'll click onto my QR code or whatever you call it. See, I'm obviously not there yet. And it'll just bring it up and charge your account, and then you don't have to worry about that part, and it's finished in a few seconds.
Think about what you just mentioned as far as technology. I realize how hard pandemic shutdown, lockdown, COVID stuff. I realize how hard that has been for many of us. I get that from the sufferings that people have suffered, and certainly the
Yes.
loss of a loved one, things like that. Think about the punt and pivot that we've talked about on Doc and Queenie. When Doc and Queenie was born on August 3rd, as far as public Facebook Live things, it's amazing to me how the world has gotten smaller because of COVID. And it literally has forced us to network outside our own little circles. And I just feel like the results are spectacular. and the launching of your business. You even mentioned the other day on one of your interviews that you are going to be able to do training virtually when the
Yes.
months happen. That is phenomenal to me.
Yeah, I've been just working on,
Oh, I
I mean,
love
it's
that picture. Let me see that.
good. Woo.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on, because I can do a Zoom call if people don't need a garden installation and they just need a few little things tweaked,
Uh-huh.
I can do that. But you know me, I mean, everything is education, and food based. It's all about food. Um, so I'm working on getting YouTubes together and workshops in the fall and ebooks. I'm also venturing out into the ebook thing. And then it will also permeate my Mighty Morning Moment, my podcast. So, like you, I mean, it's just what we do kind of filters into everything. And of course, being part of the Miracles with Water family, food and water are the things that we need. I love that background.
Isn't that fun? I was thinking about the timing as far as when you decide to return to Kansas City from your Florida trip. And it sounds like you guys are going to have tons of cool adventures. We're going to be super close to the St. Patrick's Day time, which once again, I look forward to all year seriously, because that to me is a sign that spring is really coming
Yes.
and perhaps already here. The weather today in Kansas City, by the way, is 70-ish, holy moly. And that is super awesome. And this made me think, with all the greening there. Oh, let's see that. That's fabulous. Oh my gosh, Doc, that looks great.
I got to work on these backgrounds a little bit. Yeah,
That
my big head's in the way.
your head is a lovely size.
Big head here. Big head is in the way.
That really does. That looks fabulous. Wow.
It's a fun little logo.
It really is a great logo. Wow.
I had fun picking it up. Oh, look, it looks like a little headdress too. There we go.
Yeah, that is. But see, once again, the green theme, and try doing a green theme on a green screen and see how you do with that. So all my fabulous green clothes and my green hats and all the cool stuff I have, I can't wear because of these green screens for all the networking that we're doing online now. And that's kind of killing me, because I try and do like a theme. We had the Chiefs red going on. What did we do? About 4 months worth of red. And so I want to,
yeah.
but can't
Yeah.
do.
Well, it's like everything. We're pivoting.
Yes.
Pivot.
That's for sure.
It's
Yeah.
there we go. We'll do our Chiefs thing.
Back to the Chiefs. There you go. That's fantastic.
We do need to take a picture. We need to catch up because spring training has started. So we've got to get out our Royals stuff.
There we go. Now I'm ready for that.
Maybe we have to.
Now I have
Doc and Queenie go to a Royals game.
Seriously, but let's think about this. Where are they doing spring training? Do you know that? Are they in Arizona or Florida?
I think they're in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. They're not in Florida. I think they're in Arizona.
Say, wouldn't that be fun if while you were there, you could go to a spring training game? But I do think they're in Florida for that.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, my friend, my mascot, the mascot mama, she was at I want to say it was the Yankees the other day. I can't remember. I think it was the Yankees, but it was right by where they're at. They're close to Orlando, but I'm not 100%. So baseball people will tell us on here if you're a baseball person.
Yeah, tell us what team Beverly was watching. That would be super fun too.
Yeah.
That is so fun though, when you start thinking in terms of spring training and all those things, and certainly the shamrocks and the four-leaf clovers and all the things that are popping up, and you've got robins in your yard, and it really is one of those things as far as rebirth, renewal, everything, and it's so fun. And again, congratulations times a million on the launch of your fantastic facet of your,
Thank you.
because it ties in so perfectly with natural health, great eating, all the wellness pieces that you teach us. And then to be able to have a garden installed is the most amazing thing in the whole world. Oh, look at that.
And that is actually an example of an intensive planted garden. And actually that's lettuce, is then the yellowish green is lettuce that's bolting, but that's the concept.
How awesome is that?
So, but no, thank you. I think we all have been, Kansas City, I'll be quiet. We've had a pretty easy winter with the exception of 1 week.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll just.
I'm over that.
Yeah. But I think everybody wants to get outside and spring is renewal. It's, business for whoever. I did a podcast the other day on just, we all have a story to write, so start writing it.
It's
And if
awesome, by the way. I am definitely a groupie and a fan. And when I saw the What's Your Story, I went, oh my gosh, that was powerful, Doc.
it's where I'm at, and I like to share it with others. I mean, a lot of people do take a jump in, in springtime and just renew. And we all have a story, we all have a choice. You and I have talked about it over and over. And we all have a connection with each other. So if that means even just connecting with people, making an effort to connect, networking is getting to know people, not necessarily, shoving your business down their throats, but
No,
just
not at all.
getting
Mm-mm.
to know those people.
Isn't that a funny thing that you mentioned that? In one of my books, I talk about swoopers, and that is always the funniest thing to me. I actually was swooped on today. I said happy birthday to a lady that I haven't seen in a while. We used to network together 100 years ago, and obviously she's still on my Facebook list, so it was her birthday. So I said happy birthday! Oh my gosh, congratulations! Like that. All of a sudden, a couple days later, hello, this morning, I get this. Have you ever heard of this? How are you doing? And that kind of thing. And I thought, oh no. The people who swoop, as I call people who come in, basically barf their business and hit the road. That's a delicate term, by the way. But as soon as they,
Yeah.
I look at this and go, that is so disappointing. For me, it's 9 zillion trillion, the relationship piece. And I know it certainly is for you. And I'm so surprised that people swoop.
Sometimes I am too, and I had the same thing happen last week, and it was, "How
Oh,
you doing?" And I'll answer that, but the next response from that person, it was, "Have same thing. Have you heard this? Have you heard?" And I said, "Well, I'm not really interested." And then she didn't stop, and that actually was irritating to me more than, it's like, I'd rather get to know you than, let's start there. I mean, because that's what
absolutely.
business is relationship, and it's who
And
you know.
uh-uh.
Um,
Back
and
to
if
that
you're,
thing, you have to build community
yeah,
and who's top of mind and stay out there certainly. But don't you love that when they say, hi, how are you? And you know perfectly well that you were the random pick. And I always say by the time they get to W's, they're desperate. So their technique is
I'm on the front end of the list and you're on the back end. Yeah, no, it's just sad. I mean, yes, I know people are, our businesses have taken a hit, but we still need to continue to just build relationships with each other, so we know each other well enough that when there's an opportunity for somebody, actually the other day somebody was asking me about, do you know of a business, blah blah blah. And so the people that I know, I'm like, oh yeah, try this person, try that person. Um, and rule of thumb is 2 to 3 people, referrals, so they can go out there. But I know those referrals personally, and it's not just a 5 second, hey, how are you? And then they're swooping. It's like, how can I refer you now if you already are trying to, you know, barf your business, and I don't know you well enough to be able to refer you. I
it
Yeah.
really, it does make me sad. And that's why I say within the Doc and Queenie family, that's actually what I love so much is there's very little of that I have found. And I'm super glad
Yes.
because most of the time it's, do you have time for coffee? And of course, we're doing everything virtual now, and that's great. But even sometimes that we've actually gotten to meet in person, it's
Mhm.
holy moly, it's a matter of catching up. It's not a matter of swooping and barfing the business thing. And it's just so awesome to stay in contact with the people that we've made friends with. And this is,
Yes.
by the way, this is literally the global reach part and the Happy Neighborhood Project and all of those things. One of the rules, I guess you would say, is you don't do that. As soon as you meet someone, you don't instantly put them on your email list or instantly this or instantly that. The CEO is Edwin, and he is amazing. And his name is Edwin Adebre. And it literally is one of those things. He wants everyone to be happy, yes, but to build that relationship in that community. And he's only got about 90 gazillion members all over the world. So I think it's working.
Yeah, I mean, and networking is exactly what you're saying. It's building the relationship. And another part too, which is great about our community, is everybody is very supportive. You
Oh,
know,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'll throw a thank you out for even just my starting this part with the kitchen garden. I've gotten a lot of support, which is great. You know, a lot of people cheering me on, a lot of people saying, you know, I'll think of who I know, you know, and that is cool. I mean, we all do it for each other. And that's the beauty part of it is, you know, and if you don't even know, just even being positive and supportive, you know, I mean, that's the way it should, I'm saying that's the way it should be, but
That should is a good point in this case, literally, because I can already see as busy as you're getting and the fact that your calendar's already filling up and literally you launched Monday, like, hello.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like whirlwind. Everybody wants a kitchen garden. And I'm just like, holy moly.
I know.
You can literally see assistants, coworkers, co-people in your life, because I don't know that there's enough of you to go around. It's incredible how fast this has grown for you.
It's been crazy, but you know, it's fun because this is my passion. This
Yeah.
is my passion. And one thing already, I'm like, I've got to put gift certificates because people are also doing, can I gift this too? And I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Now
So,
that's so
got to
nice.
put that on the website. It's not there yet, but
They,
I'm playing
Gift-
catch up.
they want to gift a kitchen garden. I think that's incredible.
Isn't that cool? So,
Yes.
but anyways, but this has been fun. It almost looks like we're almost out of time again.
Well, and that's why I was going to say this is incredible. And for those of you watching, obviously we recorded this before Doc left, but we are going to be able to follow. And please post your pictures if you choose to on the Doc and Queenie community page. We'd love that because we want to follow you around on your adventures while you're in Florida. And we know you're going to come back tan and amazing, but I'm sure you're going to be hitting
I'll try.
the ground running because with all your business taking off like this, your consultations, oh my gosh, this is super exciting. And again, congratulations.
Thank you, Queenie. And before we go, we got to talk about our Bible trivia, which is
Woo-hoo!
Thursday night at 7.
Thursday nights at 7 Central Time.
And I do believe while I'm gone, there will be a surprise guest co-host.
Yes.
And then we've got some guest live coming up.
Yes.
So,
We do.
and those are always fun.
For anyone who wants to get on the schedule to have your 15 minutes of fame, literally reach out to either one of us, but definitely me because Doc's on vacation next week. And we will put you on a schedule that works for all of us. And then you can have your 15 minutes and then we'll put that on a YouTube channel. You can post it all over the place and people can find out all about you, what you're launching, what you're doing, what you love, and definitely whatever you have to share right now. So Doc and Queenie community is definitely here to support the people who definitely support us.
Yes. All right. Well, I guess I will have to close this down unless you want to, since
No, please. No, yeah, absolutely. You're on vacation, but not
I'm
yet.
on vacation. No, thank you, everybody. It's been an honor and a pleasure to have you a part of Doc and Queenie. We appreciate our faithful friends on purpose, and check out our websites, KathyWeaverKC.com, KitchenGardenExpert.com. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, all over the place, LinkedIn. No, we appreciate it. Give us a shout out and a share. We love you all. And well, I will see you in, I guess, a week from Monday.
Yeah.
And enjoy the rest of your week and the rest of your day.
Fantastic. Have a safe trip, Doc, and have a blast.
Thank you, Queenie. I will. I'll talk to you when I get back.
Bye.